Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and today I thought we'd do something kind of in line with our weekly meta videos where we look at the top performing decks in each format and kind of examine where Alchemy is at a format. Is it popular? Is it surpassing standard? Are people as angry and boycotting it as every Reddit thread that's been there for the last month? I wanted to look at actual stats, actual numbers. Numbers don't lie. There's a lot of anecdotal, I will never turn on Arena because of Alchemy. And there's people who've been playing it and really liked it. There's people who think that content creators are a shill for Wizards and are putting out just Alchemy to sell packs. And I say, let's look at numbers. Because at the end of the day, the numbers are there. And the way we're going to be getting these numbers is through Untapped GG, the companion tool that runs alongside your Arena client. Tracks your win rates, what's performing well, your collections, gives you decks advice. It's free to use, so if you want to get involved with Untapped and have kind of that useful tool alongside your thing, links in the video description down below. But what we're going to do, we're going to look at both best of one first and then best of three, because there are some kind of nuanced differences between Alchemy, Standard, and Historic. And what we're going to do is for the last week, use that as our population size and compare the total matches played from Bronze to Mythic. Normally when we do the meta, I look at the top portion of the rank ladder, so Platinum to Mythic. But here I just want to see total played games for each format. And here we're looking at like mid-number of matches. We're just going for the most amount of games played between each format. So starting off, we're going to look at best of one. Alchemy for the week of December 27th to January 3rd. So this is around the Christmas break, holiday break. Some people have less time, more time, whatever it may be. In this 1 week span, 7 days, from Bronze to Mythic, Alchemy players in Best of One played a total of 89,000 games. So 90,000 games, let's say, just to kind of round up for an even number. So 90,000 games played. So let's pop over. Let's see where Standard resides. In this same time period, in 1 week, 7 days, Standard players played twice as many Best of One games at 180,000 games. So it still seems that Standard, despite how stale the meta is still showing to be a lot more, twice as popular at least, than the Alchemy meta is for Best of One, just games played over the week. And then if we look at Historic over the same time period is at 70,000. So fewer Best of One games played in Historic. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of the premium modern format. So there is a bit more of a barrier to entry in terms of folks getting in. The nice thing about Historic is once you're kind of in to extent, you can find a pet deck, even if it's tier 2. I make most of the months Mythic with my mono red deck that I've been playing, or a Gruul deck or something like that. So we see Alchemy Best of One, still a little bit more popular than Historic Best of One, but way, way behind, half as popular as Standard. So let's pop over to Best of Three. So one thing to kind of preface before we get to Best of Three, as much as people complain Best of One is not real Magic, it is incredibly popular on Arena. It is by far the most popular type of game style on Arena. So if we look really quickly, just as comparison, 189,000, 90,000 games in Best of One Alchemy, 6,600. So less than a tenth of the games maybe that are seeing play. Comparing that to Standard, 13,000. So again, about half as popular. We're seeing kind of the trend. And if we even just compare like the popularity of formats, Best of One, 180,000 for Standard, Best of Three, 13,000. So folks are liking the fast games. They're liking kind of the linear. There might be fear of sideboarding. But kind of the most interesting thing I see here, Historic was the lowest when we looked at Best of One, 70,000. It's actually the most popular Best of Three format. So I think people kind of latch on to their Historic deck, kind of like Modern. You find your pet deck, you pay Best of Three. It's been the most popular out of any of the three formats in Best of Three. So while Alchemy is the least popular Best of Three format on Arena, it is the second most popular, at least in terms of just looking at Best of One. It's half as popular as Standard. Kind of where does that all reside? Play what you want. I personally have I've tried the format. I was excited about the content. I've not really found a deck I've latched on to. The control decks tend to be a little oppressive. The captain decks kind of nullify the hyper aggressive decks. And then the dragon decks are kind of 2-play draw dependent. If they have turn 2 Whelp, turn 3 Town Raiser, it's usually just too much to kind of come behind. I've liked Historic the most, so I play that format, but kind of just wanted to throw out some actual numbers. Out of curiosity, if we look at kind of the whole month of December, so 350,000. I don't get till December 9th, but we can see kind of that same time frame. So let's see here. 350. Can't really search by that, so the Alchemy just does it from then. But 350K in the entirety kind of the month. And if we look in best of 3, 25,000. So not huge amounts. Best of 1 still more popular, but just kind of sharing some data. What do you think of the format? Are you enjoying Alchemy? Are you still boycotting it? Do you think these numbers really tell any story? Are you still sticking to standard? Like, I personally have no interest in playing standard. But kind of let me know what you think. If you do want to know for each format kind of what are the best decks being played right now, there'll be a video coming out or out already. We have a playlist, weekly meta decks, where we go through all the best performing decks from Untapped, so you can check that out. We do these weekly, go through in detail, kind of highlighting changes in meta, kind of new decks, tournament decks, stuff like that, so you can always catch it there. But thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have fun playing Magic.